Hi, my peepers. Welcome to Weekly Reads. Yes, we have, 5 books to talk about. Oh, and a new shirt, Valeris. This is from the series Akatar, so A Court of Thorns and Roses. I needed new book t-shirts because some of mine are really old. Don't mind me, there's no makeup today. This whole weekend is makeup free. It's comfy clothes. It's the readathon weekend for Shadow Lounge Marathon. Yes, I will put a link down below. Let me write that down. Shadow Lounge readathon. I just finished my first book for the weekend. And why do I always get the hiccups when I sit down to talk? I didn't have them. Always happens. Okay. Yes. Reading, you guys. Reading. So, the first book that I'm going to talk about, it's called Breaker by A.K. Nevermore. I read Breeder. Breeder was the prequel. This is book 1, and then there's another book. I don't know when the other one comes out. Breaker. So I will read to you a little bit of what it's about. Let me see. I'm getting there. I just finished the book, so I need to do that. Okay. So, Breaker, book calendar. So, this is a dystopian sci-fi dark romance. Self-exiled to the outside, Flynn Scott is oath-bound to a life of strict penance. Cursed with a vicious temper and haunted by the blood-stained debauchery of his past, Flynn's sworn off women, whiskey, and violence, and doesn't give a damn about whispers of the coming war. He sure as hell isn't in the mood to make good on a debt when it's called in, especially when playing White Knight outs him as a talent, and the damsels in distress as his soulmate. On the run from her future as a broodmare for the Source, escaped talent Kara Jester is no distressed damsel. And the last thing she wants is to be trapped in a blizzard with a surly and frustratingly captivating thug. Without the suppression meds holding her libido in check, her biology's primed to procreate, and Flynn's growled assurances that he won't touch her doesn't match the hunger in his eyes. It doesn't align with what fate has in store for them either. With elite troops hot on their heels and the border set to close, it's a race to the north away from Kara's horrific future and towards the dark past Flynn wants to keep buried. Clinging to the shreds of his oath, he's forced to choose between protecting the woman he's afraid to love and letting out the animal he swore he'd never be again. Either may destroy him if Kara's secrets don't get him killed first. And I gave this 4 stars. This was so good. I do have a video up of this on TikTok. I liked Flynn. I liked Kara. So she is like a hostage for the lab, and she is a breeder. And so she takes medication, and she's supposed to be set up with another guy that she wants nothing to do with. And she ends up escaping. She gets help to escape from that lab. So she's on the run. She meets up with Flynn, and we come to find out that Flynn is like the lord of a town. And so he needs to go back. And so they're on the run. But let me tell you what. When they are having the hots for each other, everybody in the vicinity can feel it. It is weird. And yeah, they don't even want to be around when they're having sex, because that's just weirded out too. I really like this. Gave it 4 stars. Thought it was really, really good. Okay, so let me go in and I'm going to delete this book. Okay. Then I read On the Surface. And this is by Rachel McGuire. Can you see that? I know I had a good picture of the last book. You can't see it, can you? The Surface by Rachel McGuire. And let me tell you about that. On the Surface, I gave it 4 stars. A YouTube and cruiser couple sails the world living their best life until one of them goes missing and their whole world capsizes in this captivating psychological thriller, perfect for fans of Something in the Water and Saint X. Sawyer Stone III and Danny Fox, a young couple who spends their time circumnavigating the globe aboard the 42-foot sailboat and documenting it for their fledgling YouTube channel, Sailing with the Foxes, have anchored in Exuma in the Bahamas. As they wait for the price of crypto to rebound so they can provision and continue their journey, they are partying and exploring with their fellow cruisers offshore. On the surface, everything looks perfect. But one night, Danny vanishes after a boat party, and Sawyer has no memory of her disappearance. The search for Danny is initially fueled by concerns that she drowned during one of her daily ocean swims. But Danny's pre-scheduled video posts recorded before she went missing soon reveal a darker side to her relationship with Sawyer. Meanwhile, Royal Bahamas Police Force Inspector Veronique Knowles has her hands full trying to keep the investigation on course as the story of the American woman missing in the Bahamas goes viral and the internet sleuths unearth secrets from Sawyer's past. Sawyer Stone is far from perfect, but is he a murderer? This twisty, edge-of-your-seat thriller will keep readers gripped all the way through the final, satisfying turn. Yeah. 4 stars. I read this in one day. So it starts out with a couple and someone else going down scuba diving. And the one woman dies. And you know she's dying. She's down there as it's happening, and she's like someone messed with her equipment. And then we don't hear any more about it. So as I'm reading along, I kind of have an idea of what's going on and what happened, but not as much as I thought. So then we have Sawyer and Danny, and Sawyer seems to be hot-headed, maybe a little bit of abuse, and Danny puts up with it. But Danny cries to who she thinks is her best friend, and another guy who is like a father figure to her. And the shit that goes on, and what Danny pulls, this book was really good. It does leave you kind of hanging because you're going to figure out just what kind of people they are. But I really, really like this. This came out on the 9th. The other one, Breaker, came out July 11th. And so, On the Surface came out July 9th. So the next book I read, let me go and delete this one. Okay. I needed a break from all of that, so then I went to Our Way Back. It's on Kindle Unlimited by Kayla Faye. I love it's a duology. I think there'll be another book. I'm pretty sure there is another book. So I don't know how many there will be. So on Our Way Back, loved it. Gave it 4 stars. It is romance, a little bit maybe dark romance. So it says, coming back to my hometown was supposed to bring me peace and save the pitiful excuse called my marriage crumbling at my feet. But a lot can happen in 11 years. People grow up, find new love, and even lose people they never expected. The one thing I never anticipated, though, just walked through my door as the architect assigned to design my company's new building, Dean Jameson. He was the perfect boy next door, my first love and the one who got away. Now he's nothing more than the husband to my only friend in town and the man I know I can't have. We aren't who we used to be. We've lost, we've married other people, and we've moved on. Too bad my heart says otherwise, though. His presence alone is only fanning the flames of the destructive fire in me and making me question everything around me. He and I can't work. I know that. But the truth is, I never stopped loving him, and perhaps I never will. Yeah, I gave this 4 stars. So Camille is married to Declan, only we don't know where he is. I thought he was in jail, and it doesn't tell right away. Anyways, he's away. And she has a business she's trying to get started. And we know that she's not happy about her marriage. She goes to grievance counseling, and she meets up with a woman who also has a loss. And they get to become friends. And the other woman asks her about her husband, and Camille never wants to talk about her husband. She always changes the subject. And the other woman never tells who her husband is. So finally, Camille's husband is back in the picture. He was in rehab. He is also a singer for a very popular rock band, Riot. So we find out at this, they end up having a dinner date together, all 4 of them. She never knew who the other woman's husband was, and it ends up being her best friend that she's had since she was 8 years old, and they had said that they were going to get married and have kids. And he went away to college. He's 3 years older, so he had to go away to college and said he'd be back for her. Well, she didn't wait for him. She ended up getting pregnant and having a kid and married Declan. And Dean ended up marrying this other woman. And he's not happy in his marriage either. He wants a divorce. She wants a divorce. They start having an affair. I don't believe in cheating, and I don't usually like the cheating trope. But what these two went to try to get back to each other just broke my heart. Broke my heart. Loved it. It was so good. So then I had to sit down and I read the second book. And the second book is Because of You. I believe this one I gave 5 stars. Yes, I did. I gave this one 5 stars. And I will read this. Drug addicted, washed up rock star. Check. Beautiful, struggling woman with severe mommy issues. Check. A match made in heaven or hell. Still undecided. I'm a shadow of the man I once was. After losing both my wife and my son to my demons, I have only one thing, my band, Riot. After the band moves to Las Vegas, I'm shipped off to a tiny hole-in-the-wall town in the middle of nowhere. I can't be trusted in Sin City, so our manager forces me into a hotel by myself where I can't get into trouble. Little does he know I don't have to go looking for trouble. It always finds me. But instead of trouble in the form of my usual drug habit, it comes in the form of a gorgeous, voluptuous, dark-haired beauty I can't resist. She and her daughter are thrust into my life, for better or worse, and if anything is going to save me at this point, it's the two of them. But my new woman has her own demons, and I'm a painful reminder of them. The only way we'll ever be able to make it work is if we both confront our issues head on. But are we willing to tear down our own walls and build something new together? Or will the pain in our past continue to write our future? There's one thing I know for love may end up being the drug that kills me. And if it is, I refuse to go down without giving it a damn good shot. Because of You is the second book in a series of interconnected standalones. For the best reading experience, begin with book 1, Our Way Back. So Declan comes from the first book, and he's the rock star, and he meets up with Andy, and she works in the hotel where he's staying. And they end up having a little disagreement at the beginning about her parentage. Her parenting, I should say, techniques. She has a daughter that's like 5. And he's been sober for like 3 to 4 months, and he's trying to stay that way. But he's got a lot of demons in his head. A lot of them. And he hasn't confronted them. She had a mother, or she has a mother who is a drug addict. Always put her drugs before her. And she would have sex with older guys. And she ended up being pregnant. I think she was 16. So she's 21 and Declan's 31. And there is a couple of paragraphs in this book that had me laughing out loud so bad because they talk about their age difference. And she says to him, do I get a cut in the AARP? And then she says something about him breaking a hip and a couple other things that just had me laughing because he's only 31. I love these two together, even though he's a drug addict. I cried. I cried because he's trying so hard not to do the drugs and the drinking, and he has so many issues of why he turns to it. And we do find out that the one thing that caused him to drink and to do the drugs, it finally comes out, and he comes to peace with it. But this book broke my heart. It was so good. And it's on Kindle Unlimited. Both of these books are on Kindle Unlimited. Okay. Then, come on. I'm trying to get back to the next book. So I just finished my first book for the weekend. One Big Happy Family. Can you see that? This is by Jamie Day. It is from NetGalley. It's an ARC. And this comes out on the 16th. It is a psychological thriller. I give it 4 stars. Let me tell you what it's... I know you can't hardly see it. I hate when that happens. One Big Happy Family by Jamie Day. Don't worry, because you know I'll have the links down below. Anyways, so it says, the newest riveting summer suspense by the author of The Block Party, Jamie Day. The Precipice is a legendary family-owned hotel on the rocky coast of Maine. With the recent passing of their father, the Bishop sisters, Iris, Vicky, and Faith, have come for the weekend to claim it. But with a hurricane looming and each of the Bishop sisters harboring dangerous secrets, there's murder in the air. And not everyone who checks into the precipice will be checking out. Each sister wants what is rightfully hers, and in the mix is the precipice's 19-year-old chambermaid, Charlie Kelly. Smart, resilient, older than her years, and in desperate straits. The arrival of the Bishop sisters could spell disaster for Charlie. Will they close the hotel? Fire her? Discover her habit of pilfering from guests? Or even worse, learn that she's using a guest room to hide a woman on the run? With razor-sharp wit, heart, thrills, and twists, Jamie Day delivers a unique brand of summertime suspense. And I'll show you the cover. One big happy family. I don't know if you can see it. Anyways, like I said, it doesn't come out till the 16th. I read it all today. So, Charlie is the maid in this hotel, and the owner passes away. And like it says, his 3 daughters come for the will reading. Hold on. Okay. I was coughing. So, the will is read. Some of the family members are not happy. There is a huge hurricane storm coming. The one sister doesn't believe it. She thinks the media is all hyped up over nothing, but they're all stranded there. Someone dies. Charlie helped this woman come in before the sister showed up. Charlie helps Bree get a room without anybody knowing. She sneaks her in because Bree says she's came from an abusive boyfriend. She has to hide somewheres for a couple weeks, and she'll pay Charlie a lot of money for her to do this. So the storm comes, the sisters are there, the lawyer is there, the cook quits. There's just so much going on, and you know that there's secrets going on. They're all secretive. Charlie knows that there's secrets going on, and things start happening. Oh, it was really good. I give it 4 stars. I have to have all kinds of feelings to give a 5 stars, so this gets a 4 star. But I really, really liked it. I couldn't put it down. Okay, so for next, because why is not okay. Okay, so next is The Au Pair Affair by Tessa Bailey. This is also an ARC from NetGalley. I will be getting this on July 16th. Or, I won't. I already have it. This comes out. It's published on July 16th. If you like Tessa Bailey, check it out. I think it's a rom-com. Let's see. So I'm getting ready to read that next. Then I'm going to read The Body in the Backyard by Lucy Score. This also comes out on July 16th. This is also an ARC from NetGalley. This is, I believe, the 4th book in the series. It's a Riley Thorne novel. So, I did read the other books. Then let's see. Then if I have time, I also want to read The X Vows by Jessica Joyce. That is also a romance. This also comes out July 16th. The Ex-Vows. Also, after that, I want to read I'm Her Mother. Hold on, I need to get to the cover. I'm Her Mother by Lauren North. I have this as an ARC from NetGalley, and this comes out on the 18th. I have a blog tour for this on the 21st. So this comes out July 18th. It's a psychological thriller. And then the last one I have that's an ARC for July is Five Brothers by Penelope Douglas. I have not read any of her books. I've heard they're really good. I think it's a romance. I'm not real positive. This doesn't come out till the 30th. So if I don't get that read this weekend, I will get it read during the week, because I don't think I can. I might, but it might be pushing it. But yeah, Five Brothers by Penelope Douglas. And I gotta charge this. So that's what I'm going to be reading next. I have so much. Also, I do have an audio book from the library I need to get listened to, and that one is for, did I write it down? No, I was supposed to, but I didn't. Anyways, it's a book for the Batavia Book Club that I'm going to listen to that. Then also the rest of this month is finishing Throne of Glass series. I know I probably won't get it finished, but I'm going to try like hell to get it finished. Throne of Glass series. I'm still working on it. But yeah, that's what's going on with me for the rest of the weekend and the rest of the month that I know of. I have so many books on my not my wish list, but my TBR that just keeps growing and growing. Watching TikTok is addictive. And they keep showing books that I want to read. I read that Never After series by Emily McIntyre. Hexed comes out in November. I had already pre-ordered it. They showed what the cover looks like. It is gorgeous. And it's based on the story, I believe, of The Little Mermaid. Then I had pre-ordered Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarrow, which is the third book of the Iron Flame Fourth Wing. You should see, and I did order the special edition with the painted edges. It's gorgeous, you guys. And I know there's another book I think I pre-ordered, but I can't remember what that was for. I'm pretty positive I pre-ordered 3 books, all from Target. Now, I watched someone on Target who did Target shopping books and checking them on Amazon. Target is actually cheaper than Amazon because they always got 20 to 30% up, and a lot of times you can buy 2 books, get 1 free. They have, but this one lady, she was showing all the books she bought and how much it costs. And the cost for Amazon, and some of the books were like 50% cheaper than Amazon. So make sure you check out Target if you like to read. If you're watching this, obviously you like to read. Now me, I don't buy too many books. I try to get as many as I can from the library or a Kindle Unlimited. But there are a few books that I already own the series that I want to finish collecting the series. So, yeah. So I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more arcs I need to read. But, yeah, I will put down the links to all of these books that are on Amazon, and I will put the link for the Shadow Lounge Marathon Readathon weekend. It's a Facebook group. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you added more books to your TBR, because that's why I'm doing this. And I will see you next week and let you know what I thought of any of these books. See you then. Love you guys. Bye.